r/NoStupidQuestions, is it true that the Japanese are racist to foreigners in Japan? Shinzo Abe's ghost just reserved all the seats the second before you walk through the door. I was denied entry to a very quiet bar. The owner said, "Sorry, Japanese only." Oh yeah. I came across that a lot myself. This is absolutely true. Yes. I've seen them straight up refuse entry to black people. They did it to me but cause I have a sleeve tattoo. I ended up in another club run by some African dudes and the music was played from YouTube. LOL. Was good. Xenophobic and judge you / not allow you into their establishments if you are not Japanese. Oh yeah. That is true. Imagine having Jim Crow against literally everyone. Passively racist. Oh yeah. They are a mono-ethnic society. They believe anyone who isn't Japanese in their society will bring them shame. Mainland Japan's people can't stand people from Okinawa as well. Cool place to visit, wouldn't wanna live there. Okinawa is a good place to live, it's absolutely beautiful here. But even today most native Okinawans get looked down upon by Japanese mainlanders. There are lots of videos from actual Japanese people showing that it's true. To the point that people who are half Japanese and born and raised in Japan experience a lot of racism and bullying and are often not permitted in some businesses because they're not considered Japanese. I had a Japanese classmate who claimed that there's no racism in Japan. Someone asked him what about Koreans in Japan. He replied there can't be any discrimination against them because they are kept separate from Japanese people. I've been kicked out for not being Japanese. It's a real thing, but most of the time, it's kind of like how Mormons treat queer people. They'll be polite and nice to your face, but harbor all kinds of problematic assumptions and ideas, and talk shit when you're not around. I've read countless of stories about the talk shit behind your back. Like others have said, they'll bow to you, and as soon as you leave they curse or just talk shit about you. No matter how polite they might seem when you are face to face. Definitely against black people. Wonder what do they think of brown people? Subversively, not overtly. Is it really that shocking? My ex's father moved to Australia. He was Japanese. He retired here and played golf. He was proud of himself because he made a Korean friend. That's when I learned that Japanese people are racist like the rest of humanity. Not to mention that closed off the entire country at one stage. So I'm a white American man and went to school in Japan. A favorite pastime was going into shops and, when the shopkeepers would start talking smack about the gaijin, it was great fun to politely ask a question in Japanese. Truth is, Japan is deeply racist, but not in a way that most casual tourists will ever notice. Just don't look too closely. There must be a difference between living in Okinawa or mainland Japan because I lived in Okinawa for 6 years and never encountered anything but courteousness and politeness from everybody. Culturally different for historical reasons, they were very used to foreigners after World War II in Okinawa. Currently still 32 US military facilities around Okinawa surrounds. Solid logic /s. S is solid. I've never been to either, but from what I've read Okinawa was culturally considered its own thing until like World War II and historically was a separate entity most of history. Very few. But there are some bars and restaurants that will not let a non-Japanese in. I've had it happen to me once, and it happened to 2 friends once. I've been to Japan 20+ times over the years for work and holiday and never had issues. The people are friendly, it's safe, and there is so much culture to absorb. When I spent 5 years in Japan, not once did anything like this happen to me. Of course I lived in a small town, and it is likely that everyone knew who I was anyway. 10 years later, I went to my favorite drugstore, and the clerk got me what I wanted without even asking. Also, I never felt the no foreigners thing applied to me. It seems that businesses just want to keep Brazilians, Filipinos, and Indonesians out. As a Filipino wanted to visit from the US, damn. They'll be racist to you while bowing in respect. Shit bow. That's called being polite and why so many people are surprised that Canadians are racist AF, especially towards natives. Go outside of major cities and you will even see fucking Confederate flags. Yes, in Canada. Source, grew up in Canadian farm country, a community just 1.5 hours outside of Vancouver that has neo-Nazis and a literal KKK chapter. The bless your heart, of the Orient. Yeah, I've heard the saying the Japanese are very polite but not nice. I went to an almost empty sushi bar and was refused entry because they were somehow full.